Welcome to the First Senator Shamp Shout Out. This will be a weekly series where I update you on what's happening down here at the Capitol and why you should care about it. So let's get to it. Last week I had the privilege of serving on the committee for director nominations. As a nurse and an advocate for medical freedom, I had questions for Dr. Cullen, and her responses gave me grave cause for concern. I have serious concerns about Governor Hobbs's vision for Arizona. Arizona is a growing and prosperous state because Republican policies have repeatedly proven to be effective. We have an influx of new residents, and we have a multitude of companies relocating to our state that are creating jobs because of these policies. But above all that, I believe the reason for Arizona's prosperity is the fact that we respect personal liberty. Let me remind you of the number of people who've left blue states due to the violation of their personal rights and moved to the beautiful state of Arizona. So why do I bring this up? If you didn't watch the committee, allow me to summarize. Dr. Cullen had numerous opportunities to explain why and how she made many of her decisions as Pima County's Director of Public Health. She never mentioned collaboration with state officials, resident engagement, and much to my dismay, she passed the buck on numerous occasions. She made her own decisions, and that had devastating effects on Southern Arizona. We learned that from countless committee testimonies. Which leads me to many questions, like, why doesn't Governor Hobbs want Arizonans to keep their medical freedom? Why does she want to willingly put Arizonans at risk? Is she not aware of or hasn't analyzed Dr. Cullen's decisions in Pima County? As a medical professional, I value Dr. Cullen's service. I am not disregarding her career in any way, shape, or form, but we must focus on what is immediately before us. We cannot allow someone to lead the Department of Health who has completely disregarded scientific data, personal freedoms, and collaboration, and that has a track record of failures. If she cannot manage a county Department of Health, how can she manage a statewide one? I'm genuinely concerned about the decisions made by Governor Hobbs. It appears that all she wants to do is give people a fancy title and call it a day, which is absolutely not okay with this nurse. With that said, I urge Governor Hobbs to conduct more thorough screenings and nominate candidates who are qualified, competent, and critical thinkers that are able to face adversity and protect Arizonans. Shifting gears a little, I want to talk about two of my most important bills. First, I want to talk about my Born Alive bill. Went through Health and Human Services Committee earlier this week. This bill requires that any infant who was born alive is to be treated as a legal person under Arizona laws, and that they have the same rights to medically appropriate and reasonable care and treatment. It requires any health professional present when an infant is born alive to take all medically appropriate actions to preserve the life and health of that infant. This is the most humane and common sense bill. All life matters. These innocent babies must be protected fully. As a nurse, I took an oath. I set a pledge to protect all life, and it doesn't matter to me whether individuals are at the start or the end of their life. I will always do everything in my power to protect them. Lastly, I'd like to talk about my medical freedom bill that also passed out of Health and Human Services Committee. This bill requires employers in the state of Arizona to allow employees that complete a religious exemption form to opt out of vaccination requirements for COVID-19, influenza A, influenza B, which is also commonly known as the flu vaccine, or any vaccine that's authorized by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for emergency use only. This bill prohibits employers from discriminating against an employee regarding employment, wages, benefits based on vaccination status, and from inquiring into the veracity of the employee's religious beliefs. It also takes it a step further. It allows a terminated employee of a healthcare institution that did not offer or was denied vaccination religious exemption. It allows them to file a complaint with the Attorney General. This is an important bill that will protect Arizonans and their freedoms. Well, that's it for this week, and I hope you will follow along and come back next week for more. My social media info is at the end of this video, so make sure to follow me. Take care, and I'll see you next time.